If your inner critic's really loud, if your self-judgment is dialed up, if you're really hard on yourself and you resonate with beating yourself up, let's have an exploration of beating ourselves up with a stick and see what insight that can give you about that inner critic. I've had so many people over 25 years tell me that this particular insight is one of their favourites. I'm Alison Smith, and for 25 years I've used nature as a metaphor for our lives, particularly the landscapes that are contained in our language when we're stuck. So we can't see the wood for the trees, we want to turn a corner, we're at a crossroads. I explore and use the metaphor as a means of getting insight rather than diving into the detail of the story, which is where we can get stuck. So I'd like you to think about that self-judgment, that inner critic. How many sticks have you got to beat yourselves up with? When did you pick them up? What do you keep them in? Because if we use this language, if we resonate it, it's like you can resonate with the rest of the metaphor. Because in order to beat ourselves up with a stick, we have to have sticks handy. And therefore, and this is the revelation I had at the top of a hill in a car park, was there were no trees at the top of the hill, and therefore there were no sticks. And yet, absolutely, I would be able to beat myself up because I had sticks in my rucksack to beat myself up with that I'd picked up earlier. Now just listen to the logic of this. That in order for us to beat ourselves up, we have to pick the sticks up ahead of time, knowing, oh, well, I'm picking this stick up now because I might need it at some point in the future to beat myself up. And that is what our inner critic's doing. Our inner critic is noticing things now, and even if it doesn't beat ourselves up now, it actually says, oh no, but I'll put that in my memory, I'll hold it there because at some point in the future I know I'm going to want to use this to beat myself up. So we're planning to beat ourselves up. We might be okay with what we've just done, but we're saying, you know what, there's something about this situation that means that I might want to beat myself up in the future. And that's like we're going round for a walk, picking up loads and loads of sticks, putting them in the rucksack. And just think about it. We could be picking up sticks all the time, and therefore we're going to end up with a really, really heavy rucksack. And that is what our inner critic can feel like, isn't it? The fact that there's a heavy weight, and it's a heavy weight of our own self-judgment that we're not even going to use currently, but we're holding back just in case. On that day when we're feeling really bad about ourselves, we'll get that rucksack out that's got all of those sticks in, and we'll have a really good beating to ourselves. What? But that's what we do. Now, the beauty of using metaphor is that I'm sure you'll be laughing already about, oh my God, yeah. If I now ask you, how many sticks are in that rucksack? Where's the rucksack? So then it's about taking that metaphor and doing something with that metaphor in order to release its hold on you. And at the same time, you may find it actually does something to your inner critic. So this is where the original video comes in, because what I did then, and I'll put a link at the end, is throw sticks away. And what I discovered, and it's a bit slippy today, so I'm not going to try it, but what I discovered when I did it last time was it isn't just one stick that we have, and it isn't light sticks, it's big sticks, it's little sticks, it's long sticks, it's short sticks, it's awkward sticks, it's easy to throw sticks. It's not as if we have one means of critiquing ourselves. We have lots of different ways of critiquing ourselves. And it's as if we're scanning for those all the time. Ah, yeah, that's the stick where I was a bit quick to judge somebody. That's the stick where I was rude to somebody. That's the stick where I lost my confidence. That's my stick where I watched TV and didn't do my exercises. That's the stick. How many sticks have you got? If you didn't have a rucksack, and this is where I'd invite you to think about, you might want to draw your rucksack, you might want to go and get some sticks to actually dispose of the sticks as a means of embodying that commitment to not pick sticks up in the future, and for your brain to see you putting the sticks down as a affirmation, really, of not only am I not going to pick sticks up, but I'm going to put the ones that I've got down. So it could be about, I've had people take some sticks from a wood and put it in their fire at home. I've had people throw sticks for a dog. I've had people think about what they need to do with the rucksack, in terms of imagining taking off the rucksack with all those sticks and leaving it somewhere, disposing of it, recycling it, sending it to the charity shop perhaps. Because somebody else might be able to use those sticks for fire, they might be able to use the bag for more resourceful purposes. So if you are hard on yourself, if you've been beating yourself up with a stick, what one action can you take today to put the stick down? And what I've done at the end is added a couple of PSs, a couple of additional ahas I had about the metaphor, and also a short extract from that original video. I'm Alison Smith, and there's loads of videos here in this channel looking at problems and situations from lots of different perspectives. So yes, there's a playlist which I'll put a link to here about using our language. So it's I Can't See the Wood for the Trees, the Turning a Corner piece. But there's also poems using metaphor. There's also going for a landscaping a life walk, so taking a problem on a walk and noticing the patterns in nature. So there's lots of different playlists, so I'd encourage you to have a look at the playlists and have a look at some of the videos that are within each of those playlists. But ultimately, what I'd love you to do is to press subscribe, like this video if it's been of use for you, comment, and also let other people know. And that will just help me come back out into nature and share more insight from nature, using it as our coach. It feels like there's a PS as well. The fact that we don't say I'm beating myself up with a branch, and yet sometimes the things that we're picking up aren't just sticks, they're branches. Just think about the language. We say we're beating ourselves up with a stick. We wouldn't let somebody else beat us up with a stick. If they did, we'd do something about it. So why is it that we allow ourselves to do that? Anyway, just leave with those couple of additional thoughts. I'm going to throw it away. And then the littler ones I'm going to throw away. And then the littler ones, the ones that we think don't make a difference, but really do, because inside we hear what we're beating ourselves up about. Enough is enough. We're not going to beat ourselves up anymore, sticks or otherwise. We're just going to accept ourselves for who we are and release all these musts, oughts and shoulds. So the final few little sticks that I used to beat myself up are going. Yay!